Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today's topic is Life is One Big Musical, and you're the lead. So, before I get started on that topic, I just wanted to let everybody know that this will be my last episode until September. So, today's the 24th of July, and then I'll continue again in September. And, if wherever you're listening to this, if this is like 10 years in the future or something, I'm sure I will be doing something fun and exciting that you can be a part of. So, without further ado, what do I mean by life is one big musical? So, first, I'm going to talk about where this topic came from and sort of where the inspiration came from. So, I went to go watch a play in theatre, and it was just amazing. I went to watch a musical, and just the lights, the dancing, the singing, just all of it was just completely amazing. Um, and you just get completely taken in by the dancing and the singing and the lights and all the action, and it's just that is your reality for that minute, that hour that you're there watching this musical, and that's all that exists. And coming out of that performance, coming out of watching that performance, what I deeply realized is that's what life is. That life is one big song and dance. And we are the lead. We are the lead to our own story. So we get to decide when we need a break from singing. We get to decide if we want to even be singing in the first place. And it doesn't always look that way because the illusion is so compelling, it's so realistic and it's so real. And it looks as if everything that we go through in life is just that is the hard-on fact, and that's reality. That's what's happening, and that's just the fact that is standing. There's no wiggle room or anywhere to go with that. That's just what is in our reality. That's just what's happening. It doesn't look like we have a say in it or a choice in it, or that we even created it to begin with. But we're the director, the performers, the understudies, we're all of it. And when we realize that, there is this magical potential that gets released from that, from being the producer. That means if you don't like the script, if you don't like the play, you don't like the song that's being sung, you can change it. And whilst changing those things may not be easy, the journey of it might not be an easy thing to do. Trying to work out times tables in your heads, all of these sorts of things, it might not be an easy task, but it's definitely a simple one. There is a way around it. There is a way to learn. There is a way to master the skill. You have that potential within you to do that. It is 100% possible for you to be able to master that skill of producer in your sort of one person show. So all the people that you see around you, their behaviors, everything that's going on, you've created that. And it's all innocent and accidentally. It isn't now, beat yourself up. And I'm sure if you've been following this series of Staying in the Conversation, by now you will know that when I say these things, when I say that you're in charge, you are the producer, the actors, the understudies, you're all of it. You're the person doing the lights, you're the person doing the special effects, you're all of it. When I say that, I'm not saying it so you can then feel bad and think, what a mess I've made of my life. It's, so if I've made a mess of my life, I can change it. I can rewrite the story. And I don't want to ruin what I watched, so I'm not going to say what I watched. But one of the songs actually is Rewrite Your Story. So it was that what they were talking about. It was quite tragic and very sad what happened to these characters. And it's a piece in history as well. So what happened to these women were very sad. And then at the end of it, they said, no, let's rewrite our story. Why do we have to stick to this one? Let's just rewrite it. So the thing that they rewrote wasn't necessarily true. It's not what happened. You can't actually change history. But the underlying message from that is that in that song is that they rewrote their story. They said, no, good things happened to me. This happened. I wrote a book. Me and my family made a band. This is what happened, and that's what happened. So if there's something going on for you that in your day that has happened already, that's, in history, you can rewrite that for yourself. You can say, well, no, that wasn't such a terrible thing. That was a lesson for me. Or, now I'm doing this. Now, because that happened, I can do this. And that's what rewriting your history is. That's what sort of scrapping the first play and rebuilding up another play, rewriting another play, another script, one that you actually like, one that you enjoy and you can have a lot of fun with. And when we do this from this sort of carefree, childlike space and an acting space as well, you can act happy. You can act on top of the world. You can act as if you're anything. And once you act for long enough, it becomes your new normal. It becomes who you really are. Or who you really want to be. So another story that's coming to mind, I don't fully know it totally well, but I briefly know it's a Bible story of Jacob and Esau. So it's the two brothers, and one wants to be like the next heir to the throne, well, it's not royalty, but wants to be, wants his father to give him the birthright to sort of be the master, to be the head of the family. And that the older brother is Esau, and I think Jacob is the younger brother, but Jacob wants to be, the one in charge. So the metaphor here is that Esau is the old idea, the old you, the play that you don't like, and then Jacob is the new play that you do want, you want in your life. And so I think the father is Isaac, and Isaac sends the elder son out hunting. And while he's out hunting, his younger brother tricks the dad, who's old and blind, tricks him into believing that he's Esau and gives him his birthright and says, you're the master, you're in charge. And then by the time Esau comes back, he says, oh no, you've made a mistake, make me in charge. And Isaac, the father, says, no, 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 it's too late. Jacob's your master now, you have to listen to him. And the point of that story there is it's like you're saying no to the old idea. So you've got this script, you've got this performance, you don't like it. So that's the Esau, you've got the old stuff. You don't like that. There's no point in rerunning it and rehearsing it again and again. There's no point in getting your actors to perform that because you don't want it. So when they say, oh, should we perform the one we did yesterday? You say, no, we're performing something brand new. Here's the new scripts. And if someone's like, oh, I don't like these new scripts, I want the one we did yesterday, you're the producer, you're in charge, you get to say no. So again, you say no, and you keep doing it. And then eventually your actors will forget about the old script and they'll remember and know the new script as the only reality. And just doing this, there is this sense of magic and peace and calm when we do this for ourselves. And it's always for ourselves because there isn't anybody else. When we're rewriting the script to our lives, to our stories, to our souls, when we're doing this, we're doing it to better ourselves. So we're doing it for ourselves. And from that space, when we're doing something from the heart, from the soul, we're helping the integral whole. We're helping the rest of the universe because we are all one and connected. When we truly change from that inside space and we really look into, oh no, I don't like that part of me, I don't like that bit of the script, I'm going to just like cut that bit out and I'm going to put a new part in. And we're really looking into that in a gentle, kind, loving way. And then we step into that new script, into the Jacob part, the new idea. We step into that role and we step into that character. We serve the greater purpose. We are bettering the universe. We are bettering the world. We are ending wars and everything that goes on in this world. That is what we're doing. When we step into our true self, it's for the greater good. It's for the greater good of ourselves, and it's for the greater good of the rest of the world. Now, I don't know how the world will go long after I'm my human form goes and dies, whatever happens to my human form, and whenever that time is, I don't know what's going to happen to the world. But what I do know is that the more people that wake up to the truth that is inside of them, that wake up to this inner knowing that they can rewrite their story, you can rewrite your story. You can step inside yourself and know who you are from the inside out, and choose a story that serves you. Live a life, perform a life that lights you up from the inside out. And when we do that, it lights up the rest of the world. It's just this, the byproduct of that is that it lights up the rest of the world. And it opens gateways and doors to curiosity. Now, when we are living our lives from this space of love and freedom, other people get curious and they want to know where this love and freedom comes from, and they want to know, how are you living in this space of love and freedom? And then they get curious and they start asking questions, and then their light can shine, and it keeps on going like this beautiful domino effect. And there is just nothing more beautiful in this world than living to your true potential, than knowing that you are the producer and the star. You are both. You are both of those things. You are the creator and the creation. And when we really step into the sense of what that means for us, what that means for our world, and we sit and contemplate that for a minute or two, what does that actually mean? What can be different in your life now that you know that you're the producer and the actor, the creator and the creation? You are both. There isn't a separation here. There is this beautiful oneness. There is this oneness that we are made from, that we are. It's a consistent flow or a sheet or a piece of string. It's one thing. But because that one thing lives in the formless realm, and we are part of the form, we are part of that duality, it looks as if there's more than one. It looks as if there's two, like a reflection in the mirror. Like now, I'm looking at my laptop screen and recording on Zoom. I can see myself, but also myself is sitting here. So it looks like there's two, but there isn't. There isn't two Beccas, there's just one. And then on a deeper level, there isn't more than one human being. Like, that's what it looks like. And I mean, there's 8 billion of us. But on a formless energy, it's one energy, it's one essence. We are part of that greater whole. And so when we come together, when we look inside, that looking inside and that changing yourself from the inside out, looking at the parts of you that you don't like, looking at the outside world and seeing, oh, I don't like these things that are happening, and deeply sending love out to those things, and changing the things you don't like on the inside, it helps the whole because we are connected. There isn't a part where I start and you begin, and this energy behind life. There isn't a part where the energy behind life ends and then Becca begins. It's like when does a hand stop being a hand and become an arm? You know, at which point does it stop at the wrist, after the wrist? We could go so deep with this. And when you just contemplate that oneness energy for a minute, for a second, it's enough to put this calming sensation of peace and serenity over you, to take back that power, to really relinquish, like take back all of the power that is yours, so you can be, you know, so you can realize that you're in charge of your life. There are aspects of our lives where we're not in, you know, it's not about being in control. It isn't, absolutely not about being in control, but we always have a choice. That absolutely always. We have a choice. If something happens in our world and we get angry or we get upset, we get annoyed, that's like instant reaction. After that instant reaction, we have a choice. Do we stay with it or do we drop it? And the other space where we have a choice is when we're in a good feeling, when we're in that happiness, exploring mode, you know, spirituality, and we're all there, and we're feeling really high and mighty and everything's going well. That's another space. We have a choice to set a foundation for ourselves and say, look, this is the life I want to lead. I don't want to shout at my loved ones. I don't want to get annoyed quickly. I want gratitude and peace and love to be my main things I turn to, my foundations. I want that to be my foundation. So those are the spaces where we have a choice, that we can see the choice and we can build it up. And it may not look like we always have a choice. And I don't believe we're fully, totally in control, but we're also not puppets on a string. Because if we were puppets on a string, then we wouldn't have these emotions. We wouldn't have this human experience that we're having. Which brings us back to theatre. It's the same. In theatre, on stage, in a musical, they're there to perform, to show you these emotions, whatever they're going through, you know, humour, sadness, tragedy, whatever's going on this stage, is what goes on in life as well. And there comes a point where that story ends and a new one begins. And sometimes it doesn't feel like any story is happening, and it's just, you know, life. It's just the mundane of life, you know, going to work, washing up, tidying up, whatever it is, it's just that. And other times it's really big and it's really serious and scary and emotional and overwhelming. And other times it's so exciting and lovely and amazing. And oh, you know, why did I even question anything before? Life is just great. And then other times life isn't. And it just goes like that. And that is the point. That is the you know, the pinnacle of life, to have an experience. If we were just spiritual beings in the formless realm, just blobs of energy, there would be no experience. And the same way, if we were humans not getting curious about this spirituality, these miracles, this magic behind life, life would be really difficult. Because that means we're humans all by ourselves, without this higher power, without this energy, and we have to do it all on our own. And I don't believe that's how life was set out to be. It was set out that we have both these parts, that we are connected, we are integrated into this magic behind life. And between the magic behind life and our humanness, we can create miracles. We can create an amazing world. We have. Look at the things humans have already done. You know, just everything, just all you have to do is look out of your window, look in your home, look at the clothes that you have. Like, humans have done amazing things already. So imagine what awakened human beings could do. Imagine. These videos are usually a lot longer, but this feels like a beautiful space to end. And I know it is short, but sometimes a short and sweet finish is just what you need to just really get the message. Because with this understanding, with this conversation, too many words can just overwhelm and confuse everything because it is beyond the words. So just before I end, if you have any questions over the summer holidays, do feel free to email me. If you want to be part of my London WhatsApp group, again, email me, and I can add you into that. If you want to work with me one-to-one, let me know. Send, again, email me all the emails. And if you've got any questions that you don't mind being public, just comment below this video, which will be on YouTube. So you can just comment, and if you've got any topics, anything else you want me to touch on or expand on, let me know and I will do my best to do that. And I hope you have a lovely summer holidays, whatever you're up to, a lovely July and August, and I will be back again in September.